Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Masculine men fight through adversity. Masculine men, that's one thing about masculinity. A masculine man is a fighter, is a warrior. Now, this don't mean he's going around starting fights with other men and all of that, or beating on people or anything like that. The fight means getting through life. And one thing with life, there's always going to be some adversity. I wish it was easy. I'll use myself for an example. Now, people who follow me a long time know I had a stroke over a year ago, around this time. In fact, when I'm recording this video, last year, I was in a therapy center. I couldn't even walk. Let me make that clear. Around this time last year, I couldn't even walk. And then, I'm sitting in a wheelchair most of the time. Most of the time I'm in a wheelchair. But that was adversity. I'm gonna tell you what. I was getting on those walkers and I was taking my time walking through the whole facility. That was adversity. I ain't sit there and just say, oh, because they didn't force it. They didn't force it. Shoot, usually when they had therapy, that was like an hour a day at best. And I'm saying at best. The rest of the day, they just let me do whatever. Plug me into like some stuff because I couldn't even eat. I had something in my stomach and everything. Shoot, I could have, and they would have just let me sit around. But no. What I did was get up. I got that walker and I would walk a part of the place, sit down, walk another part of the place, sit down. And trust me, it was adverse, but that's part of masculinity. You still gonna fight through it. And trust me, they were keeping their eyes on me. They were keeping their eyes on me. And a couple of them even said, oh, okay, we see what you're doing, okay. That's how you gotta be. That's adverse. That's adverse right there. Any type of adversity that you go through, you got to still fight through it. You can't sit down and just say, oh, well, this is what's happened, woe is me. If you saying woe is me, as soon as something adverse happened to you, you're not being masculine. And that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of men. A lot of men don't want to fight through it. But if you masculine, a masculine man is going to fight. That fight, like I said, that fight ain't always fighting another person. And sometimes it could be, but a lot of times it's just getting through life, getting through ordinary situations. You might have a situation where you lose your job. And you could be laid off. And that even through something that you did, the business could have just went out of business. That's adversity. You're going to fight through it. What are you going to do? You're going to sit home and just be like, oh, woe is me, they laid me off? Or you're going to look for a job the next day? Or even really during the whole time that this layoff is coming. This business is like doing whatever. Or you need more money, period. What you going to do? Sit there and say, oh, I need more money, or you going to get a second job? Or you going to figure out how you can make more money on your job, or you going to get a business? Let me talk about that, because let me give y'all some money matters, because I talk about business on my money channel. Hey, sometimes you go in your business, you're going to have to fight through some stuff to get it to make money. Most businesses fail. Let me say that again. Most businesses fail. And indeed, many people who've been successful in business, they can laugh about their unsuccessful businesses, but they fought through it. And you might have some time just with your business. You might make maybe $10 that day, but then you might make $1,000 the next day because you still fighting. If you're a masculine man, you're going to keep going no matter what. No matter what, no matter what's going on, you're going to make something happen. You ain't going to just sit back, You're going to bring that warrior out in you, You're going to bring that warrior out. Whatever's going on, you're going to figure it out. You're going to keep going. You're going to stand up tall. You're going to stand up tall against whatever's coming for you. No matter what is happening, that's what it means to be a man. You're going to be a man about it. Now, unfortunately, there's plenty of people. Some hits them and they ain't getting through it. They start drinking and using drugs or something. Unfortunately ending their own lives. Nah, that's not what it means. You gonna go through some stuff. It's gonna be some tough times. I've been through plenty of tough times. But you know what? I'm still here. You know, I mentioned the stroke, but there's plenty of other times, maybe not a medical emergency, but there's been plenty of times. There's been times I've had, I didn't have the job, or I might have went through a layoff. Shoot, even one job fired. I was just like, okay. Even one job, 1,000 jobs, it happens. It happens. You know what? I kept going. And ironically, even the job that fired me, I was the one who actually made out good because I was still going. They were the ones who caught some hell later on. Man, that's another story. Always laugh about that one. But you gotta keep fighting. Because part of a man, when I talk about the house of the man, is a warrior. And that warrior, is not just protecting himself, not just physically protecting his family, but that warrior could be just fighting for a cause. He could be fighting for a cause. He could be standing up for other people who can't do it themselves. He could be doing some stuff. He could take action when he needs to take action. Even if it's for other men. Even if it's for other men. Because that's just in him. He's just going to do it. And adversity, unfortunately, that's just going through life. I'm going to tell you something now. Let me get a little spiritual. Life ain't supposed to be easy. Every single man is going to go through something. I don't care. He could, any man, from some man born into poverty to a billionaire, will go through some type of adversity. But you got to fight through it. You got to fight through it. Because if you don't fight through it, then it's going to get worse. It's going to happen again and again and again until you fight through it. So you have to, as a man, you got to stand up and fight through it, no matter what. No matter what. I'll use the example of the medical emergency I went through, going through a stroke. One of the things I came back, I remember a year ago, shoot, I had lost a lot of weight, couldn't really talk the same way, but I kept going. I fought through it, because you know what? That's how I make my money online. So I had to keep going. I didn't have any excuses. I was like, nah, I'm gonna get through it. Whatever I have to do. That was adversity. I still got through it. I got through it. So I want y'all to always know that. Every single man watching, you probably went through something. Fight through it. Because that's what it means to be a man. You got to fight through it, okay? All right? So that's all I have for right now. I want y'all to keep going, keep doing the things that you have to do, all right? So you fight through that adversity. I don't care what it is, what's going on. You will get through it, because that's what it means to be a man. That's what it means to be masculine. All right? So anyway, I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.